Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As the prime sponsor of House Bill 465, I rise to support this important piece of legislation. It has two objectives. The first is to reform our tax code and make it more hospitable to job creators. The second is to provide the much-needed revenue for core functions of government, such as public safety and education. Oftentimes, these two things are talked about as being mutually exclusive. However, this bill accomplishes those two objectives. When you look at the different elements of the bill that have been worked on by both the House and the Senate, we see that it does some important changes to the tax code. First off, it closes loopholes so that revenue that was being drained from our state is maintained here in Pennsylvania. With that revenue, we are allowed to make changes to the tax code, such as eliminating the inheritance tax on small businesses. We also allow for a startup business deduction of $5,000 in the first year a new business is established. There are many other positive changes in the tax code that, again, make our state more hospitable to job creators. But it also makes that important investment in the future. In education, the bill increases the investment of dollars for our most struggling schools, and it also ensures that students will continue to be able to receive the Educational Opportunity Scholarship credits, even if the student's school or residence is moved from the low-achieving schools list. Lastly, I want to talk about one of the things that's most important to me, and that's public safety and providing what is needed most for our volunteer responders. This bill will help volunteer fire companies and volunteer rescue companies across this state who are merging, consolidating, or selling assets by exempting them from the realty transfer tax. This is particularly important to me because a volunteer fire organization in my district was hit with a tax bill for $15,000. That money could have gone towards public safety, and it should have gone towards public safety. This bill will make sure that that type of tax grab does not happen in the future. In short, this bill provides, again, for a more hospitable tax climate in Pennsylvania, which will help job creators, and it invests in the future. Those are two things that we can all get behind, and the Senate has already voted by a vote of 46-4, an overwhelming bipartisan majority to support this bill. And I ask all members of our chamber on both sides of the aisle to get behind and support this important piece of legislation. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.